Good morning. How is everybody doing? My name is Penny. If you're finding me for the first time, welcome. If you've been here with me, thanks for your support. I put just a little lip gloss, so I just don't look disastrous. But you have to enhance yourself a little, just for you to look presentable. Hello, everyone. So today is Gratitude Wednesday, the day that we take time to be grateful for whatever life, whatever you have, just gratefulness. And if you've not liked my page, please do that. I come here to encourage one person, to inspire one person, and if possible, once we learn whatever we have learned, you can use that to build good, healthy relationships within your home or at your place of work. And I invite you in my personal journey. This is my personal life, and you're invited in my personal space. These are things I do. So I choose to share my notes with you, and thanks for actually accepting to share my journey. It is so personal. These are things I practice. So if you're finding me for the first time, on Mondays we talk about goals. On Tuesdays we are here and there. On Wednesdays we focus on gratitude, being grateful. On Thursdays we talk about procrastination, the things we've been putting aside and we've not done them. Those things that you've been saying, I will start a business, I'll go to school, I'll be nice. And then on Friday, we talk about wellness, the things you need to do so you can stay healthy, your mental wellness, your self-care, your budgeting. Friday is kind of the day to get it together. And then on Saturday, I don't really come on live. And on Sunday, my husband and I come to talk about things we've gone through for the past 29 years we've been together, what we've learned, what we could have done different. And given we are a regular couple, we just tell you how it is and the things we've learned along the way. Our Sunday show is really geared towards young people who are coming up in marriage, and we hope we can give them tips to help them. Yes, there's older couples that are going to learn something, but sometimes they say it's hard to teach an old dog tricks. But I've come to know that it's never too late to start your journey. So today, I really want to specifically speak to people who have friends, people they call friends, or people who have partners. What we don't understand is, in Kisi, we have a saying that says, Moyo mya orusingom beserere. What that means, according to my mom, when you're kind and your kindness, if you're kind to people, if you're kind to someone, you will just find favor amongst all the people you're kind to. That includes your children, that includes your parents. For those of you who have children, if you remember yourself, for those of you who remember your parents, I don't know how old you were when you can remember yourself with your parents. For me, I remember myself with my father especially, believing in me and thinking that I was going to be great. So we are raised with our parents with great hopes. Our parents raise us hoping that we succeed and make something out of ourselves, including now us who are raising our children. I'm hoping that my children are going to be more successful than I am. So when your parents raise you, when you start walking, they praise you. When you get your first tooth, when you start talking, the first word, we do all these milestones for our children. And then when our children turn 18 and leave our house, they go out there and they meet people who they call partners and spouses. And that's where most of our problems start as adults. And that happens because we quickly don't say those things our parents used to say to us. We don't see good in our spouses. We don't see good in our friends. So today we are going to talk about this reinforcement. This reinforcement is what's going to really keep you in a healthy relationship. And that's going to be verbal, what you say to your partner. That's going to be your body language, what you say to your friends. That's going to be being present I'm grieving right now. I'm going through something. What you're going to, are you present for me? Are you reading my mood? Like now you can tell today, maybe I don't have the earrings. I'm just dull. Are you aware that your family member, I didn't clear my vision. You always have to clear your vision. I'm not seeing your comments properly. Are you reading people's moods? The people you call your friends, are you calling them? Who was the last person you called and checked on them? Or are you waiting until something happens to you and then you're going to call these people and ask them to be there for you? Why are you not reaching out to people when things are okay? Why are you not talking to your spouse nicely? Why are we always at war? If our parents believed in us, they praised us, they took us to school, why do we turn as 18 and then start putting other people down? Now, I'm just going to tell you a few words, and these few words in Kisi is what we are saying, meaning I'm going to tell you things that you need to say to people that are going to add value to those people's lives. And it's going to be very nice for you to say these things. Once you especially get into a romantic relationship with someone, don't start taking those people for granted. That's why we have all the problems we have. When somebody is going through something, always acknowledge, Grace, I can see you're going through a hard time. Grace, I hear what you're saying. Yobesh, I can see you're trying. These are the things we say to our children. Mary, I see you're working hard. Yobesh, I'm happy that you're on my Facebook page and you're watching me. Yobesh, I believe where you are, you're going to do well. Grace, I believe in you. These are things we tell our children, for those of us who speak to our children. You're going to be great. Yobesh, I love it when you actively participate on my podcasts. Tell this to your husband. Tell your husband, tell your wife. The things I'm saying, say it to your partners. Okay? If you're married and you're going through a crisis, don't blame the other partner. Tell your partner, we will go through this together. We, the key word. If your friend has lost the mother, the father, your friend, I'm going through a crisis. Tell me, Penny, we will work through this because it's my crisis. But we, when you put we, meaning you're including yourself. I can't imagine how you're feeling, but I know how you're feeling. For us here in America, we like to say, I know how you feel. It's an expression meant to tell the person that you actually understand their crisis. If it's death, I lost my father, so I can tell someone who's lost a father, I know how it feels. Tell your spouse, I know you're hurting. Specifically clarify that you know and you understand that they are hurting, that they are going through a hard time. Look at your spouse and be grateful for them, especially anybody who helped you to have children. Even if they were a sperm donor or they carried your children. Tell them, I appreciate that you're in my life. Recognize them, say to them. Let them know, don't make them think. Don't make them assume, don't assume that they know. I don't know what I could have done without you. And sometimes it is true. We know these things, but we don't verbalize them. Let your spouse know. Let your friend know that you value them. Because sometimes it's not so much your spouse, it's your friends who are there for you during crisis. Grace, I thank you for being on my social media podcasts, all the podcasts, Grace, you're always there. I thank you. Grace, let me know if you ever need help. I can help you how I can, to the best way I can help. I'm using these two people because they're always on my podcast and they comment. Let people know they are good. There is nobody who is not good at something. Let people know that you're good. You know I'm good on social media. Let me know, Penny, you're good. Penny, thank you for giving us this platform. Be grateful for me if I've touched your life in any way. Come out there and thank me, because if I've said something that has helped you, come and thank me, because there are people who've said something to me, because every coach has a coach. Every mentor has a mentor. Every spiritual leader has their own spiritual leader. A spiritual leader cannot lead themselves. They have somebody that they go to and ask them, pray with me, pray for me. Ask people, Yobesh, how can I help you? Benson is here. Benson, ask me, Penny, how can I help you? I'm going to tell you, Benson, please share my videos. It is heartless not to know how you can help people in your capacity. Ask me, how can I help you? And I'm going to tell you, go like my YouTube channel, share this video, invite more friends, follow my page, ask people, how can I help you? When people are talking to you, if you're in agreement, yeah, look, Ruby Mora just told me things. And you know, Ruby, me, I believe those things. I won't even think you're lying. Ruby just said, you're beautiful, smart, sexy, of course, an iron lady. And you know, I believe Ruby. I already knew that. So now you've reinforced it. Now I believe more of what I already knew. Okay? Because there's what you know and there's now what somebody is going to tell you about yourself. Now it makes me feel proud. Tell me, Ruby has said, Penny, I'm proud of you. Benson, I'm proud of you. These are things we tell our children every day when they've done good work and they're so happy. My 11-year-old right now, when I praise him, he brings me the grades. He proudly wants me to see that he got 100s. Why do we stop this? When somebody is right, don't just keep it in you and be like, yeah, actually, she's right. Yeah, actually, he's right. No. Say you're right. If you understand somebody's crisis, say, Mora, I understand where you're coming from. Don't just think that Mora understands. Say it. The biggest challenge for us Africans, right, is to say, I love you. Yeah, Mora, Ruby, I know you mean it, Ruby. I know you mean it and I believe you. Okay? The biggest challenge for us Africans. My mother never told me she loved me. My father never told me I love you. It was like, it's not a part of our culture. Back in the day, it's the things that our parents did for us that made us to know that they loved us. The next generation, which is me, I don't know about my brothers who are born in the 60s and 50s. I don't even know if they tell their women they love them. I have to really find out. But I grew up in a generation where I'm being told, I love you. Yeah? And Benson is saying, I remember the other day I was passing a lot referred to me as someone where I got a solution at here. Yes! Be grateful to those people, right? Be grateful. So now for my generation, what I know, meaning me, when I met my husband after reading so many novels, remember my mom didn't read novels. Remember my mom didn't know about Valentine's. Remember my mom didn't know about flowers. But I was growing up in the generation of where when I'm expecting, or even I know that my husband is going to say, I love you. And he has faithfully done that. And we can talk about that on Sunday when we do our podcast. And I think he learned that from his father. His father was affectionate. It's not like I'm looking for it, but my husband constantly says, good morning, I love you. Good night, I love you. And my job, because I'm from a village, I don't initiate that I love you first. It's rare. I'm working on it, but it's rare. So I'm kind of like waiting for him to say, I love you. Then I say, I love you back. Because, you know, my generation, we are expecting the man to initiate that romantic thing. And, you know, culturally, my mom told me, you cannot initiate this sex thing to your husband because, you know, they were polygamists, because you don't want to make advances to your husband and maybe he's already gone to the other house. Now, you know, it's going to be a disappointment. So you see, culturally, the Kisi women, they were cultured not to ask for sex because, hey, what if you already just did several rounds there? So now when he comes to me and I'm start like wanting him, it's not going to work. So culturally, Kisi women, we're not trying to initiate that sex. But now the young men who are not polygamists, they want their women to come and say, babe, how is it today? Not my generation. I'm from Nyando Chebere. I'm yet not asking for sex. No, let my children do that. I'm not, you know. Oh, I have my hat. It's very cold in New Jersey. My hair is still very pretty, Becky. I can remove my hat for you. My hair is still looking amazing. So anyway, I don't believe in, because of my age, I'm not going to start asking for sex. No, I'm not doing that. But we should normalize expressing yourself, you know, and saying, I love you. Because, you know, women, if we ask for sex and we are told no, we are going to feel bad. And my mom expanded it, and I understand what she meant, because if I ask and he says no, then what now? Then I have to go get the neighbor or what? I don't know. I can't process beyond that. But, you know, women, we cannot really, culturally. But I can learn to say, I love you. You know? Yes, Dennis, I will not let you down when I need to do something for you. Yes, Becky, the libido killer, because, you know, I'm always myself. I just put on my hat. I didn't think that I needed to talk, to take my hat off. So anyway, what I was trying to say, we take people for granted. Let us normalize loving people. Let us normalize appreciating people. Don't wait until you lose people. That's when you start writing on their walls how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, how much this is. No, appreciate your spouse. Let them know that you value them. Okay, this is Gratitude Wednesday. Be grateful for the people that call you your friend. You see, now Becky has told me to remove this. This is her friend. She said, you know what, you can't look like that. So now I'm not looking as I was looking, because she's like, remove that hat. And I'm grateful. Now, Becky, I also have a brush. I'm going to brush my ends so that way I look more sexy. So when my husband sees me, I look more desirable. Normalize to tell people what you think in a nice way. Don't just let people be like that, and you know you're not adding any value to your life. Asking for sex is not a mistake, but is romantic. Yes, for the young people, I said it's a generational thing where it's like our parents never kissed. So, I mean, like, kissing now is something. You move with the times. I just said it is good for people to move with the times and appreciate people more. And say something to your spouse. Don't just assume that your spouse is okay. If you can praise your children to succeed, praise your spouse to succeed. If you can praise your spouse to have a good marriage, praise your friends so they can stay as your friends. Recognize their positive things, recognize the things they do to you, the value they add to your life, and be grateful to them. Let them know that you appreciate their ABCD. There is something that each friend brings into your life. And they need to know that that's the value they add into your life. They can't know unless you tell them. Don't wait for people to die and then you're all in their wall posting, you know, how you miss them. No, we need to do everything right now. Happy Gratitude Wednesday. Be grateful to each and every person and give people positive feedback. Cheers. Thanks.